Hello and welcome to Stocks Advisor channel. Here at our channel, we are looking for interesting buy opportunities for US-based stocks. Today we will talk about American Airlines Group traded at Nasdaq, ticker name AAL. Well, American Airlines today is actually being discussed strongly because it has made a very interesting white candle at the last trading session of Friday. So starting below the previous day trading, but then finishing above. And because this is also kind of on the continuation of the upwards behavior of the downwards wave that started 2 weeks ago. There is a lot of discussions and questions. Is it really going to reverse? Is it a reversal pattern, or is it just a spike pattern? What is the future for American Airlines, and what we can expect and how we can trade here? Well, to understand this, let's do a general analysis for American Airlines and to see where it can go and where we can buy and sell. So overall, what is important to understand here is that American Airlines is a stock that is strongly affected by the overall COVID situation. Therefore, there are two major things that drive the price. It's a current technical situation on the stock and also the overall information with COVID, information with what's going on actually with the second wave, the new quarantine measures, if any, etc. And of course, there's many stocks impacted by COVID. Once vaccine is announced, development is announced, all these stocks will return. It will be epic return and you can make a lot of money. So if your strategy is just to wait for the vaccine, it's just a matter of time. You can buy it technically any moment and just wait until the full recovery of economics. But if you want to make waves trading like more short term, then you need to actually watch this video and do the analysis. So the most major technical situation for the current state started here in the middle of May, and we can see interesting recovery trend, which is like a slower recovery trend ongoing here. And let's call it trend one. So it was confirmed many times and seems like this was reconfirmed again today. So what happened with this trend? It started in the middle of May. Wait once up with a very nice wave until 26th of May. Then there was a correction using moving average 20 and 50 both as a support line here. By the way, we have three moving averages depicted. It's moving average 20, 50 and 200 being green, blue and red lines correspondingly. So coming back to the analysis, after starting the upwards wave in the middle of May, we saw the end of the first part of the wave, 26th of May, then some correction like Z formation, zigzag, and then really going incredibly high, hoping that the stock will recover as many others after the COVID situation. And then what happened actually in beginning of June, the movement was stopped by moving average 200, which is this red line, and also the stock price was extremely overbought, going RSI almost 80, which is very high number, showing very dark evening star candle here, of course, with some volatility levels. And why is this important? Why this has happened? Well, it's because this all second leg up, actually, it was mainly emotional. There was no real value behind this. Of course, it was emotional, hoping that as many other huge companies, American Airlines will also recover, but because it's strongly dependent on actually people's traveling, and these were restricted, then people understood, market understood that this is just overreaction, and then correction started. And correction, of course, went with waves here, and using moving averages 20 as a volatility point, 50 as a also volatility point, it pierced slightly with waves all the way until the beginning of August, and again reconfirmed trend one. So when we touched trend one line, almost again another upwards movement was caused, and here we see we pierced moving average 50. So in this case, moving average 50 actually works as an attractor. You can see always price tries to dance around it. We pierced it slightly, and again downwards wave started from 10th of August until 24th of August. Then we used moving average 20 as a support line here and follow it with some fluctuations. And this happened almost like entire month, and till actually 20th of September. Now what we see another downwards movement. Again, we reconfirm the trend one. and we volatile on it. And here in this current situation, last 5 trading sessions, it's actually moving average 20, 50, and the trend line 1. They are all in the vicinity of each other, which cause actually the fluctuation in the area between of those moving averages and trend lines. So you can clearly see it here. And now what happened again, we started the trading session of today just exactly from the from the trend line 1, and we ended it a little bit above and actually returned almost to the moving average 20. So this is the current channel of trade. And if you see carefully, indeed, that's the behavior, and the market of course is reacting, and what you can have here in the Monday, that's the most important. If you're already into position, most probably there will be of course movement further up, because both RSI is extremely momentarily bullish. It's important to remember it's momentarily bullish RSI because it's showing a straight upwards behavior. Similarly, the MACD index is also momentarily extremely bullish because it's just finished its negative wave and just crossing the zero. So this is usually a very bullish moment. But since the wave was not really deep, it was like almost flatty wave. Yeah, it can cause still upwards behavior, but it's more emotional if it would happen rather than technical. Also, we don't need to forget the new news that, for example, Mr. Trump got a COVID confirmed, and others will cause indirect shadowing effect on all traveling companies like airlines companies. So a lot of discussions will start about possible restrictions, etc. So this could also hamper a little bit extra behavior. So if any happens in Monday, the safest level where it could go up would be actually the very first resist line and the very strongest one. So it's this one. Let's draw it black. So this would be extremely strong resist line. Let's call it Airline 1. And even if it's pierced, the shadow of the candle if formed could, of course, try to reach moving average 200, like it was also in the beginning of June here. But this would be like a full stop, because moving average 200 now works as an absolute top of the trading channels. And here R1 line will work as the absolute top for the body of the candle formed, like for example it was happening here in the 11th of August. So we can have a movement upwards here, but since there is still no general let's say news or anything about American Airlines, about any possible relaxation of the situation, etc., it will be just a spike, a technical, the pressure-wise spike, could be also a little bit going higher, but then we should see the rebounds return to the current trading wave. And actually that would be the corridor of trading. It's between R1 line and trend 1 line. Here we will be volatiling. So that volatility is the major point, the major safest points for further trade until any other solid news for COVID comes for all COVID impacted companies, especially for American Airlines. Therefore, our advice would be always buy in the vicinity of trend line 1 and always sell, of course, in the vicinity of the R1 line. There could be some piercing upwards, downwards, of course. Therefore, always keep some funds for extra average downs. In case of trend 1 line, the further piercing might happen at these levels. So that would be the second defense line, where you can do your average down approach. So this would be a second dark circle. So these are the buy circles, and the green one is vicinity is the sell circle. Of course, there is also a volatility line clearly seen being formed. It's this one. So here always the volatility will take place. So that's the current expectation for American Airlines. It's a trading between channel R1 in the channel R1 T1, and with volatility of, let's call it V1 line. So that's it for all. Now you know what to do, how to build your trade. Good luck with it. Also, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. This way you will not miss our new videos and new discussions about interesting US-based stocks.